Academy. Today I'm here to give you another walkthrough on our updated PYQ Intelligence Platform. So if you are preparing for UGC NET exam, then this can be a game changer for you. Why I'm saying this, that you will come to know after watching this video. So let me start. So first thing that you have to do is that you have to come to rknetacademy.in website. Once you come to our website, then just you need to log in. And as soon as you will log in, you will see the link for PYQ Intelligence. If you click on this, then our new dashboard will open, and this is the PYQ Intelligence Platform. Now let me explain you what exactly this is and how a student who is preparing for UGC NET exam can leverage this. First thing is that this PYQ Intelligence Platform is repository of more than 6,000 plus question sets, and this is basically for paper 1 of UGC NET exam. We have more than 120 shifts in this, and we have more than 6,000 plus questions. So what does the first thing that you will see here is that we have 3 different grid, you can see here, and this means that you can filter this by applying these 3 different steps. So let's start by an example. Suppose that you want to practice, say, only teaching aptitude. Okay, so you will select teaching aptitude here in first grid. Here you can see all the 10 units are given. You just need to select the unit which you want to practice. So suppose I want to practice only teaching aptitude, so I will click on teaching aptitude. Next will be how you want to practice this. Do you want all years questions? Do you want all shift questions? So you will keep this selected. And if you click on this, then you can get all the questions which has appeared in UGC NET exam from teaching aptitude, that will be filtered on, and that you will see in new all the questions for teaching aptitude will appear. Now let's go deep. Let's do some deep dive into this. Now suppose that I want to practice teaching aptitude, but I want to practice teaching aptitude questions for last 3 years. That is 25, 24, 23, and also 20 January 26 exam, where you have some shifts as well. Now let's take this case. Suppose I want to practice only teaching aptitude, but I want to see questions of last 3 years. So here you will click last 3 years, and you will see that your last 3 year questions will be selected. And you don't need to do anything on shift, because I want to practice for last 3 years. Then all shifts respective to those years will be selected here. And just click on start test, and your questions will be loaded. Now let's take another. Again, I want to practice teaching aptitude, but this time I want to practice, say, last 3 years again, or say I want to practice some specific year. Okay, I want to select filters with some specific year. So for example, I want to practice only 2025. Okay, so I will select 2025 as a year. I will go to drop down menu and I will select 2025, and you can see that all the questions which are appeared in 2025 will appear, and then you can start practicing this way. Now let's take another case. Now if you want, say that you want to practice teaching aptitude all years, but I want to practice only those questions which has appeared as matching type questions. So you can deselect all the other options which is available. By default, everything will be selected, and it will come down to all the matching questions. So this way you can filter here also, and you can see all your matching questions appear here. Similarly, if you want to practice only for say assertion reasoning, you can just select assertion reasoning. You can deselect all other. You can keep selected teaching aptitude, and you can keep selected all years, all shift, and all the assertion reasoning questions in teaching aptitude which has appeared in last 10 years, that is from 2017 to 2025 December. Latest exam will be coming in this screen. All right, so this is one way of practicing a specific unit the way you want, to filter it down. All the options is available. We have unit and topic selection, we have year and shift selection, and then you also have practice by question type. Okay, so now coming to next use case, suppose that if you select all units, that means every unit will be selected. And if you want to practice, say in one go all units, that you can also do. You can select all units and you can select a specific year if you want from drop down menu, or you can take all years, last 5 years, last 3 years, depending upon number of questions and requirement you have for practice. And further you can also you can select a specific question type as well. If you want to practice only matching questions, sequencing question, or assertion and reasoning type question, or multi-select standard MCQ. So all those options are also available here. Now suppose that I have selected all units last 3 years, but I want to practice specific shifts only. Okay, so I know that I want to practice say from latest paper which has happened say in 2025, like 10 January 2025, I can do that. And you can see that if you select all units, and if you select a particular shift, a single shift, then exact 50 question will appear that was asked in that particular shift. So you can also take exact shift wise test practice as well here. So you can also practice exact shift wise, and exact same 50 question will appear. Then just select reading comprehension, deselect teaching aptitude, and all the questions for reading comprehension will appear, and just you can practice reading comprehension this way. So you have like 5 questions for one passage, and just you can scroll down, all the questions will be available against that passage. So this is a very simple interface, exactly same as UGC NET exam that you see in. Similarly, if you want to practice say only for data interpretation, so you can do that. You can just select data interpretation. If you want, then you can select for last 3 years, last 5 years, all years, or any particular shift the way you want. And if you click on start test, then your data interpretation sections will be loaded. So again, on very same format, you have on left side, you have your data sets, and you have all the 5 questions corresponding to that data table for a specific year and shift that you have selected. Okay, so it's very simple to use and very easy interface, very similar to what. Suppose that I want to practice a logical reasoning topic, and I want to practice that only for 2025 exam, that is, or 2025 and 26 January 2026 exam. So you can select all the questions on logical reasoning for 2025. You can select a particular shift. If you select only one shift, then most probably only 5 questions will appear, because generally you have 5 questions from one shift. Per exam, you have out of 50, you have 5 questions for each unit. That is how it is distributed. So this way you can filter it down. You can come to a specific topic, you can come to a specific exam date, you can come to specific the subtopic as well. Now I want to show you one more thing. So this can be selected, and if you click start, then just 5 questions will be loaded respective to that, because we have filtered it down to very narrow level. So this is how you can make the combination the way you want, the way you want to customize your test. You can do that. Now coming to one more specific feature that we have included here, and that is the selection of subtopic. So for example, again, I want to practice only research aptitude, but I want to practice research. I do not want to practice all the 422 questions that I have in from last 10 years research aptitude. Rather, I want to practice say particular topics only. So what you will do, you will deselect all topics, and just you can select the topic that you want to practice. So for example, I want to practice on sampling type. I want to practice on statistical analysis and hypothesis testing. So just you can select those topics that you want to practice, and only those questions will appear here. You can see that earlier we have around more than 500 questions. Now that has been filtered down to just 74 questions, because we have filtered down our topic to a specific filtered on our specific unit, that is research aptitude, to specific topic, that is sampling method and hypothesis testing. So all the questions that will appear now will be only with respect to those topics. You can see we have question on hypothesis, we have question on sampling, and that's all. This is how it will give you your result summary. Here you have teaching aptitude subtopic wise performance, because you've selected the single topic, so it's giving you subtopic wise performance, that how many questions from each topic you have performed, what is your performance topic wise, how many questions from subtopics you have done correctly, how many wrong. So this is like you can identify your weak area from that topic. Here again you have question type performance, out of say you have matching question, sequencing question, how many of those you have done correctly, which is your weaker area. Are you struggling in matching type question or sequencing type question or assertion reasoning statement? Which is your weak area, which is your strong area, that will be highlighted here. And here the weakest unit, for example in teaching aptitude subtopic breakdown is provided. So what are the weak units or the practice that you have performed? Out of that, what are the weakest unit for you? So in this section you can see weakest unit is highlighted. So what are your weak areas, that will be highlighted, and why that is weak. You will get that percentage count, and you will get the data about your weakest unit performance here, and all the breakdown will be provided. Below this you will see the detailed explanation for each and every questions that you have selected as your test, and those explanations will be in very detail. So this is a single platform where you can have everything that you want for practicing your UGC NET exam, and this can be game changer for everyone who is appearing for UGC NET exam in 2026. This is something that you cannot miss